It is the 24th of March 2014. Many thanks for joining us on Ebru African News this afternoon. I'm Kamene Goro. Now we start off our bulletin in the heart of Africa, where an outbreak of the Ebola virus, which has already killed 59 people in Guinea, has reached the capital, Conakry. Now, UN Child Agency UNICEF said the hemorrhagic fever had spread quickly from southern Guinea, hundreds of kilometers away.
Scores of Ebola cases have been recorded since the outbreak began last month. Medical officers have said they registered 80 suspected cases of the disease, including 59 deaths. Medical charity Medicines Sans Frontières plans to fly 33 metric tons of medicines and equipment and is setting up isolation units in 3 affected towns in Guinea in response to the epidemic.
The problem is what is happening now in Conakry. There's an alarming situation and a little panic. In other places, they're a bit more used to it, where it is endemic. Now that's not easy either, because people are afraid of this epidemic because it is very deadly. But at least they're a bit used to it.
Cases of the disease amongst the most violent pathogens known to infect humans, with a fatality rate of about 90%, have also been registered in 3 southeastern towns and in the capital, Conakry, since February the 9th. This is the first time Ebola has been recorded in Guinea.
We have immediately sent samples to the laboratories specialized in tropical diseases, especially the one in Lyon. The health ministry waited for this laboratory to determine the nature of the virus involved, and so then we had the confirmation that it was the Ebola virus.
Ebola is introduced into the human population through close contact with infected animals, including chimpanzees, gorillas, fruit bats, monkeys, forest antelopes, and porcupines, according to the World Health Organization. Bushmeat is consumed in the areas where the outbreak was first detected, the country's forest region that includes the towns of Guakedu and Macenta.
To start with, we will increase the protection of all those in charge of the sick persons in Kukedu, Macenta, with protection kits not only going to the hospital employees, but also to the families. We will set up a surveillance perimeter in those zones and make people understand the basic hygienic consumption, food and material sharing precautions in order for the epidemic to be contained.
The disease, which is transmitted between humans through contact with organs, blood, secretion and other bodily fluids, is most commonly found in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, South Sudan and Gabon.
Such a situation really worries all the people of Guinea, especially West Africa and the sub-region in Guinea. We call on the government to rigorously fight the disease before it spreads in the capital, Conakry.
We must find a solution now, because it's not easy. Because in Guinea, nothing works. There is trash everywhere, and we don't know this disease. I think it comes from the forest. We must find a solution before it ends up in the capital, because it's not good.
Though prior to this case, no epidemics of the disease has been recorded among humans in West Africa. A variety of Ebola infected a colony of chimpanzees in the Ivory Coast Thai National Park near the country's border with Liberia in 1994.
In Kenya, the death toll of people killed in the Mombasa church attack has increased to 6 after 2 more casualties succumbed to injuries last night. Now, with 8 more people still admitted at the Coast General Hospital, the rest have been treated and discharged. Meanwhile, police have arrested tens of youth in a major crackdown carried out hours after gunmen sprayed bullets at worshippers. Police officers are still patrolling the streets as they hunt down the killers. The attack, which also left about 17 people wounded, came amid heightened warnings of a threat of a terror attack in Kenya and despite boosted security in major cities, including Mombasa. Ugandan divers retrieved 22 bodies from Lake Albert after a boat carrying hundreds of Congolese refugees capsized in the lake that runs along the border of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Ugandan divers flanked by local fishermen and passenger boats took part in the rescue and recovery mission. The fishermen had earlier on Saturday helped pull out 43 survivors from the boat, but at least 40 people were still missing and feared dead.
45 were saved from drowning. 19 dead bodies were recovered yesterday. 2 have been recovered today. The day has not yet ended. Hopefully many more are going to be recovered, but we are looking at really looking at the figure as we gave you the figure of 92 plus, and that is what we are expecting.
Survivors said the boat was overloaded with people and luggage, which could have caused the accident.
It was too loaded, and the driver was drunk. But we tried with my friends also, with my driver Okumu, Johnny Bosco, at least less 2, like 40, 41. There was 41. All were 45, but 41 were refugees. 4 were local people, Ugandans.
The boat capsized near Kitebere landing site en route to Goro, where it was taking an unspecified number of Congolese refugees and traders when it ran into trouble.
Troops on a peacekeeping mission in Somalia came under fire from militants. Now, this came less than a day after the troops captured a militant-controlled town.
The African Union mission troops in Somalia fended off an ambush on the outskirts of the town of Koryole, located 120 kilometers southwest of the Somali capital, Mogadishu. Brigadier Dick Olum of AMISOM said a radio-controlled improvised explosive device went off near a convoy during a routine patrol to secure a main supply route used by the town's residents. He assured that the soldiers were safe and back to the base.
AMISOM definitely is going to look at covering and capturing all these other areas remaining up to Barawe. We are going to take all these areas sequentially until we take them all. It's just a simple message to Al-Shabaab. You either give him or we are coming for you.
A number of Al-Shabaab insurgents were killed during the operation to secure Koryole, which is part of an offensive launched this month to regain control of parts of Somalia, still under the control of the Al-Shabaab. Brigadier Olum remains confident that the 8 key towns captured by the militants will be recovered. The explosive damaged one of the troops' armored personnel carriers but did not cause any deaths or injuries. The town has been under the rule of the militants for 5 years.
As the second mining conference of the Democratic Republic of Congo takes place today, studies show that there is an increase in the number of child working as miners. Now, NGOs call for action as the figures are alarming.
A coltan mine near Rubaya in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. It is low-tech and the workforce includes children as young as the age of 10. According to the World Bank, some 40% of the 2 million people working in DRC's makeshift mines are children. This has been attributed to the lack of education for children, most from the eastern part of DRC. Failure to invest in schools and education has also forced some out of the teaching profession. Janvier Muraini, who works with an NGO, urges the government to start investing in the education sector.
It's a deplorable situation that needs some analysis and solutions to be found. Children should not be working in mines. They should be at school. Unfortunately, there aren't schools in this zone, and the ones that there are in an advanced state of decay. The solution is to build schools and improve teachers' salaries.
Coltan is used in most electronic devices, from mobile phones to jet engines, and the demand for it is huge. Sadly, children here use their bare hands to sift through the dirt of the mineral, and according to the child protection charities, the risks to their long-term health are considerable.
Children who are exposed to working in hazardous conditions will sort of acquire quite serious medical conditions as a result, sort of asthma, sort of respiratory problems. The fact that they are likely not to have easy access to medical care can also compound that.
Under the Congolese Labour Code, it is illegal to employ children in the mining sector. However, Rubaya's head administrator denies claims that children work in the mines.
You can witness it. You can visit the mines. There are no children at this mine.
Up to 90% of mining activity in DRC is of the low-skilled artisanal type, and until long-term solutions can be found, the likelihood is that many more children will find themselves digging for coltan and other minerals rather than studying at school.
6 people died after a fishing vessel caught fire today morning near South Korea's Jeju Island in the East China Sea. Now, police are investigating the cause of the fire.
There were 9 crew members on board the fishing boat, 5 Indonesians and 4 South Koreans. Jeju Coast Guard rescued 8 crew members who then were rushed to a nearby hospital, but 6 of them died. 2 crew members, including the captain, survived and 1 person is still missing. The Coast Guard was investigating the cause of the fire and continuing to search for the missing person.
NATO's top military commander said yesterday that Russia had built up a very sizable force on its border with Ukraine and Moscow, who may have a region in another ex-Soviet republic, Moldova, in its sight after annexing Crimea.
A Russian flag is now flying at this Navy base in Crimea. Feodosia was one of the last bastions under Ukrainian control, but early on Monday it was seized by Russian forces. The few remaining Ukrainian troops feel beleaguered and abandoned.
Личный состав батальона не видит никаких причин, почему.
Personnel do not see any reason why we should leave our vessels and our weapons here. We are soldiers and we are responsible for our vessels and weapons. We are not taken over by anyone. No one won us over. And we see no real reason why we should leave it here. But this is the question for politicians. We are against leaving without vessels and weapons, but we will fulfill our orders coming from our higher command.
Moscow formally annexed Crimea from Ukraine after a referendum which backed joining Russia. It followed the overthrow of pro-Russian Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych in February. Ukraine and the West condemned the vote in Crimea, a mainly Russian-speaking region. Now NATO's top commander warns of the build-up of Russian forces on Ukraine's border.
If Russia is worried about a country moving towards the West, a way to solve that is an incursion, a frozen conflict, and now no one wants to think about bringing that nation aboard into NATO because it might mean conflict with Russia.
Russia says its forces east of Ukraine comply with international agreements, but NATO is particularly concerned about the threat to Moldova's Transnistria region, a narrow strip of land by Ukraine's southwestern border. As officials warn that the risk of war with Russia is growing, these Ukrainian troops are caught in the middle, waiting for orders in the worst East-West crisis since the Cold War.
Taiwan riot police dislodged hundreds of demonstrators who stormed the government headquarters, escalating a protest over a China trade pact that has seen a parliament occupied for nearly a week.
Clashes broke out when police tried to remove the protesters from the building and the compound surrounding it, with many lying on the ground with their hands linked to try to defy efforts to shift them. A total of 1,000 officers were deployed overnight to remove the protesters from the executive yuan where the cabinet is located. Demonstrators pulled down barbed wire barricades surrounding the government building and used ladders to break into offices on the second floor, in which 32 people were arrested. Police used riot shields to push the crowds back, while some of the demonstrators tried to grab their batons and pelleted them with plastic bottles. 2 water cannon trucks were then deployed, eventually subduing the crowd and clearing the building.
That story wraps up our afternoon bulletin for you today. Join me at 9 p.m. for our primetime bulletin and a more comprehensive outlook on what's transpiring in our worlds today. Many thanks for your absolutely scintillating company, and a special thanks to our new viewers all over the country. I'm Kamene Goro, and until later on today, do have yourself a splendid afternoon.
New Line Limited, your one-stop shop for elegant and comfortable office furniture. Newline responds to your expectations for office furniture in a modern language. We offer a 5-year warranty period including unit transfers within Nairobi. For more information, visit our showroom at Chester House, Lotus Street, Nairobi. Newline Limited, your success partner.
Floma, professional makeup.
Does your exterior complement your interior? Everyone needs a home that is inspired by nature. At Yenbo Limited, we offer durable, energy-efficient and affordable UPVC windows in attractive colors. Visit us at Wall Street Business Park off Mombasa Road. Yenbo UPVC windows, your desire, our challenge.
Newline Limited, we offer current, stylish, state-of-the-art kitchen and wardrobe appliances tailored to suit your preference. We offer unit transfers within Nairobi. Let your kitchen stand out today by visiting us at Chester House, Lotus Street. Your comfort and satisfaction comes first.
Floma, professional makeup.